I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. And again, I apologize for my voice. But this is a request, one of a few requests from Max, one of my thoughts on the interview from 2014. First off, for anyone interested in requesting reviews, re-reviews, movie topics, reactions, you request them. You just send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Hopefully it'll be when my voice is better, but if not, no worries. I can understand, because like, who would want to hear this? If so, please feel free. Now, the interview is a film where I remember it's one of those films that the controversy was more memorable for a lot of people than the actual film. Because no one really talks about the film, but they'll remember the controversy, because the story is about these two people, James Franco and Seth Rogen, getting the chance to interview Kim Jong-un of North Korea, because he happens to be a fan of James Franco's show. James Franco's the host, the interviewer, Seth Rogen's the producer. While they get the chance to do that and go over there, the government wants them to take Kim Jong-un out. And it is a comedy. Of course, North Korea got wind of this. They were pissed. They said, if this gets shown, if this gets out there, then there's going to be heavy, heavy repercussions. Don't show this in theaters. Don't do this. Don't do that. So it was the movie that you were not allowed to see. It was the movie that a dangerous movie. And when you see the result, it's like, wow, all this for this. But I will admit, I did like the film. Not all the humor worked, but overall I did enjoy it. I liked James Franco. I liked Seth Rogen. I do think they work well together, whether it be the Pineapple Express. Even other films where they have like bit parts, they do have good chemistry with each other. James Franco was my favorite part of this, is his exuberance, energy, but yet idiocy of his character. His character is a complete fucking idiot, but he's so energetic about it. It's kind of infectious, no pun intended, infectious with the fun of his character. Interesting that they start out with the old Columbia logo, and it's just interesting they start off with that. They develop what kind of show James Franco's show is. Like, Eminem is on the show and he admits that he's gay. Rob Lowe's on the show, he admits that he has his wig because his hair is all fucked up. Seth Rogen wants to be taken more seriously, and James Franco's like, okay, fine. Hey, this guy's invited us, let's do it. And James Franco, I did like him. You know, fuckers, they hate us because they ain't us. They hate us because they ain't us? No, they hate us because they ain't us. Which I thought that was a fun line that James Franco says. Again, not all of the humor works. When the government comes in to talk to Seth Rogen, James Franco's in the background like, ooh, I got some stink dick. I got some stink dick. Oh my god. I got some stink dick. I don't know what happened last night. Like I said, not all the humor fucking works. But some of it did for me. Some of the way James Franco would say the lines, like, fine, you want to see it? Feast your eyes. At the end, he's actually a pretty funny guy when he works in comedy. I mean, he did a good job in The Disaster Artist, Pineapple Express. I think he did a good job. I like Your Highness. I think that's an underrated film. And he did a good job here. But they get over there and the craziness that ensues. Weirdly enough, they almost made Kim Jong-un likable for a few minutes. Because James Franco's getting to know him and they start bonding while they're inside a tank and they realize that he likes Katy Perry's Firework. And I do like that song as well. And I don't, just the way the actor plays the Kim Jong-un character, he's like, hey, do you think margaritas make someone gay? And James Franco's like, who told you that? Who told you that? Like, they're bonding with each other. And then they play basketball with each other. I thought that was some... For a split minute or two, they actually made the character a little bit likable. Until, of course, the truth comes out. I thought the actor who played Kim Jong-un, I thought he did a really good job. He got some laughs and chuckles out of me. The other pieces of humor, they have to try to kill him with this poison strip. They lose it, so they gotta get another package. And they get this thing. And Seth Rogen, he's almost going to be caught. So he's got to stick it up his ass. Wah, wah, wah. You know, that kind of humor. Although I did like James Franco's line when he finds out how big the thing is. What? It was this. What? Man, you got fucked by RoboCop, dude. That, again, it might be stupid, but it did make me chuckle. Like I said, the plot is so crazy and unique. These two guys to assassinate the leader of North Korea. Almost a daring plot for a comedy, in a way. That kind of made it interesting to me. I like the actors. Seth Rogen, when he works, he's kind of grown on me. Because I liked Neighbors. I liked Observer Report. I like the stuff he does with James Franco. So I will admit Seth Rogen has grown on me as a performer. James Franco, he's come a long way from those Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. A long way. And you have some crazy stuff. Like you get some out of the blue violence. Like Seth Rogen's fighting this guy and they each keep biting the other's fingers off. There's one where they get into a tank and they roll over somebody and squish somebody. Is a lot more violent than I fucking remember. Because I've seen this film once before. Probably when it came out on VOD or something. But it's been quite a few years. I'd probably say I liked it more here than when I first saw it. Because of all the hype behind it. It's like, wow, all this for this. But when you're separated from all that controversy, yeah, I don't think it's that bad of a film. It's a comedy that did get chuckles out of me. I like the two leads. The guy who played Kim Jong-un, I thought he was rather funny. this girl who all of a sudden wants to have sex with Seth Rogen. That was kind of a weird but funny relationship that grew with it during the film. Yeah, North Korea should not have taken this that seriously because a lot of this comes down to being childish. Where Kim Jong-un is like, fuck you, Dave, you fucking asshole, while yelling at James Franco's character, whose name is Dave, fuck you, Kim Jong, fuck you. This is when they're on the interview and he gets him to cry. He's like, fuck you, Dave, you fucking asshole. And there's some decent bits of action, as in, it's a real tank and firing on a helicopter, the slow-mo death of Kim Jong-un while a slow-mo version of Firework is playing. I thought that was rather appropriate. I even like that they used the song at the end, the Winds of Change. I thought that was a nice song choice. It's been a while since I heard that song, Winds of Change. I'm like, what is that song? I recognize, oh, that's what it is. So that was cool. So, again, do all the jokes work? No. You say that with a lot of comedies. The stink dick or some of the other bits of humor, no. But the plot was unique and interesting. It's not your typical plot of a comedy. It's not, what's that fucking Melissa McCarthy, that Late to the Party, which was pretty much a rip-off of Back to School. It's not bullshit like that. I like the two leads. I thought they worked well together. Movie doesn't have some, because sometimes comedies think they're smarter than they are, and they have some out of the blue, weird, crazy ending that just totally changes everything. No, the ending fits for what kind of film it's being. I like some of the song choices, like Firework, Katy Perry. I like that song. The Winds of Change stuff I mentioned. It just some dialogue bits that made me chuckle. And some that I still remember, fuckers hate us because they ain't us. You just say that for anybody who messes with you online. Fuckers hate us because they ain't us. It's a good line. I like that. I have to steal that. But yeah, it was fun to watch this while under the weather. Got some chuckles out of me, and yeah, not a bad film at all. Not a bad film at all. I didn't all the controversy. I don't know. There's probably a bunch on trivia about that. I mean, other than some humor I didn't laugh at, there's not really many problems I had with the film, really. I mean, Seth Rogen was one of the directors, as well as Evan Goldberg. They had done This Is the End, which I enjoyed that as well. In June 2014, North Korean government threatened action against the U.S. if Sony released the film. As a result, Sony delayed the release from October to December, reportedly re-edited the film to make it more acceptable to North Korea. The computer systems of Sony were hacked by the Guardians of Peace, a group the FBI claims has ties to North Korea. They threatened terrorist attacks against theaters showing the film. As a result, major theater chains opted not to release the film. Sony instead released it online digital rental. There you go. But I mean, with all this stupid shit North Korea does, they deserve to get the piss taken out of it. They really do. And I mean, the way that it opens, where this little kid seems like she's singing this sweet song, but then you have the text, and it's just the most crazy horrible shit that she's actually singing. And that's the way the film starts off. Yeah, this was the time that Sony got a hat. And then you found out during those hats that some of them really did not like Adam Sandler, but they kept doing business with him. You learned a bit about the Ghostbusters stuff. All that crap. Sorry, I'm just looking at critics got like a 50-some percent. So a lot of critics were not really behind the film. Curious what it has on IMDb. It has a, if it loads up, 6.5, decent rating. Yeah, overall, I'm glad, you know what, in a way I'm glad they made the film, because someone had to take the piss out of North Korea. If they wanted to, fine. They deserve to get the piss taken out of it with all the bullshit going on in North Korea, so. Could it be funnier? You say that for a lot of comedies it could be funnier, but I got more laughs out of this than the Vacation reboot or some of the other bullshit that comes out in recent years. So it was better than what I remember, so it was actually fun to watch again. With that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye bye.